Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Shawn with Manly Made Minute, and today we're going to make a card. And I am going to try some layering stamping. I'm going to do a brick wall, which I have tried one time with this brick die cut that I have, and we're going to try again with some stenciling on it. Now, little secret. I'm trying to do some more layering, stenciling, layering, stamping, so I have more to come on that. I've invested in some new Alta stuff, but I don't want to ruin that surprise because there's a video coming out on that stuff later with me trying layering stencils for the first time and doing some true layering stuff. But today we're going to do some roses and some flowers layered with a very simple generic stamp set I bought to try this concept, and then do some layering and some texture on the background. I'm hoping my concept of this was it's going to be a simple card. We'll see. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I have, and then we're going to get started. So here's my concept behind this card. I want to do some soft stenciling on my card before I do a die cut of a brick wall with this nice, it's got a little texture to it. This is some Christmas paper left over, so it's a deep maroonish cranberry red. Then I'm going to cut this out. Then I'm going to layer that over top of that. So I have this peeking through here. I want that light stenciling. Then I'm just going to layer over here a greeting with a cutout, oval cutout or circle cutout with a greeting. And then I want to layer these layered flowers on it. So this is my first time trying some layering, stamping the light, stamping the dark on the inside kind of thing. And we're just going to lay that around for a simple little card. So let's get started. I'm going to do some light stenciling here first. I want to try to age this when I'm done after I cut this out. So we're going to use some Simon Says Stamp White. Just lightly blend over the ridges just to get some brick kind of effects. So we're going to come back to that. I'm going to start with my stencil here first. And I don't want a ton on here. So I'm going to get out my terracotta and merlot. So terracotta, you can kind of see, has a little reddish orange in there. Merlot is more of a deep purple. I wonder if my cranberry fizz will go in there too, maybe. Yeah, I might layer these three in there just very, very, very lightly is what I want to do with this one. So let me grab a brush here. Let's see. All right. I'm going to start with my lights. I'm just going to do a little bit of terracotta because I want a little burntness to this. And I'm just going to kind of go all over. I'm going to be careful of my edge here because this is just a square stencil. And I'm going to tack that down just to be safe. Here I go, right? If you've been watching me before, I've got my, I've got a sticky mat on the way, so to do this easier, but here I go with my tape. If anybody's watched me before, you know I love my tape. It works for me. Alright, so we're just going to tape these edges down. Alright, I'm going to start with my terracotta. Light, just super light. So I'm just getting enough on there. I'll actually just pick up, this might be just plenty. No hard hand at this at all. And I'm just going super, super light. I just want to throw down a little color in through this space where I know when I lay this down, primarily in here, okay? So just super light because I'm going to layer this color in. And it's random at the same time. So if I've got gaps, I don't care. Like if I'm missing spots, you're missing spots. I just want this kind of random. That's plenty for that one. Let's wipe our brush down. I'm going to go the next color up, which is going to be my cranberry fizz. Probably got enough on here. Same thing. Very light hand. And get some in there just random. I'm just moving around the paper. I'm not going straight up and down or across. I'm just moving around to get some color in there. Alright. Now we're going to go into the Merlot. Merlot, I want a little more depth on this, so I'm going to give just a little bit of pressure on this, not a ton. Okay, so a little bit extra pressure so I can deepen some of this up just a little bit to get a darker kind of brick in there. Just a little dark. Now I'm just going to take a peek. That's good. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that. Because I know the rest will lay over around here. I wonder if I should throw a row up here. We're going to throw a row. No, I'm not. I'm going to leave it. I don't want to ruin it. Alright. Done with my stencil. We're going to set that aside. I'm going to keep those reds just in case I need them. Wipe this clean so I don't smudge on anything else. And I'm going to set this aside because what I want to do next is I want to cut my die cut and then give it a little bit of white on there. So let me grab my Big Shot. Alright, cut a piece off of this. Okay, this is from Riley and Company online called RD556, the Brick Wall. I got this at a recent craft show I attended in the Atlanta metro area here. And I thought I want to give it a try. I've seen the brick wall stencils a lot for backgrounds. I feel like I can never get them to look like everybody else. So then I thought I'm going to try and do the die cut version just to see. I've used this once. I had a pickup die cut I bought at the same time I bought this one. And I did a Father's Day card, or happy birthday card with it. Alright. So this one's going to cut it out and do the impression of the brick at the same time. Okay. So you can see it does my little impressions and then it cut out my shape. Alright. Now, if I look at my card, I'm going to probably throw this in where those white areas are to cover that up. Like so. And I'm actually going to give this a little color to kind of blend that out. So hang on one hot minute here. I'm going to grab a little piece of scratch paper and just hold this down so I don't overlap there. We're going to go with my cranberry. And I'm going to go really light with my cranberry. Light, 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 okay? And just soften down those white areas. I'm going to give a little pressure. I want a little edge on that edge, actually. Just to frame it out, too. So I'm just going to give it a little pressure right around these edges to frame it. So you got to kind of switch directions so you kind of come into that paper so that the brush catches and gives you that little edge. Okay, and now I'm just going to go over the rest of this kind of pretty light. I just want to get a little layer to soften that down. Okay. I'm going to go one more step. I want to give it a little bit of brown on that edge. So I'm going to get out my macchiato, Catherine Pooler macchiato, and I want to give it just a little vintagey kind of edge. As I was doing this, I decided it needs a little bit more color in there. I'm using this just to mask off. Same thing. Now I'm coming in really light to just give me a little splash of that brown. And I'm doing it so I'm working into the edge of the card so it catches and gives me a little bit more color on the edge. Okay. What'd I do with it? Where'd my macchiato go? I'm working outward on this one because of the edge of the card on the top here, but all the other ones I'm working out to in. Got a little heavy on the bottom there, but that's okay. I can use the brick wall to cover that up. And now I'm just going to use up some of this brown and do a little randomness in here just to kind of bring that white down just a little bit more. Layering color, just as it, rather than going too dark at one time, just keep layering it in. Alright, I'm happy with that. I just thought it needed a little something on there. Okay, let's come back to this die cut. Let me just clean this up. Okay, what I want to do is I want to take my white. Okay, my Simon Says white. Again, theme of this is light because I don't want to get this too white. I want this just aged looking. I might have some on here already from the last time I used this, so I'm going to start this before I reload, just in case I got enough on here. So I'm going to just go all over this, very light. And I'm not getting much, so I'm going to pick up a little bit, dab off, and you can see I picked up a lot actually off of that. So we're going to dab that off. And I'm going to go with the edge theme here again so I can get that edge of these. I'm just trying to give it that aged look. Okay? And I'm probably going to go in with the brown over top of this deep maroon. That's it for that. I'm going to pick this back up for my macchiato. And age this down just a little bit. Giving a little pressure because I need this to catch on these ridges. Versus a light color over it all. And I'm doing a little more random in spots versus all over. This way it gives me, I'm just trying to age this. I don't want this too clean. And now let's just take a look at this against the card to kind of see. I feel like I need just a little tiny dark on it. Tiny bit. I'm going to go just a little deeper with my cargo. Okay. This is a smoky color, so I needed just a little smokiness on some of this. Again, I'm kind of looking at this. Where do I need that extra little color on here? And I think I'm going to keep it there, and then just flick on a little bit of white over the top. All right, we're going to keep that as is. We're going to throw that over the base of my card. We're going to throw a greeting right in here with some flowers on here. So let's get my flowers stamped out. Let's just clean this out here a little bit, give us some space. And we're going to keep our colors here that I'd picked out for my flowers. And now we're going to stamp. Okay, what I've done is pre-set out my stamps in my MISTI. So 8.5 by 11, I cut it at 5.5 to lay in here, so I had the room. And I've got 3 colors. I got 5 flowers, and I'm going to do 3 colors. So I'm going to do my light colors first. So here's my combos. Party Dress with Cranberry Fizz, Tiki Torch with Flame, Fiesta Blue with Something Borrowed. Light color first, dark color second. Alright? Got that nice and secure. I've primed these because this is my first time using this set. I'm going to do 2 blue. So I'm going to just do these 2 here in blue. And I'm going to stamp my blues first. Then what we'll do is we'll remove these, and then we'll do the centers on them. Okay? And these are pretty smooth and squishy, so they might need to, I might need to do this a couple times since this is the first time using these. Give that a little pressure in there to get that down, like so. A little more on that one. Okay, there's my blues. Clean these off. And then I'm going to wait to remove these until I do my other one. So now I've got my blue done for my light. So I'm just going to get this out of my way for right now. Now I'm going to do my orange. So I think I'm going to do 2 orange and then this one red. So I'm going to do these little babies in orange. Like so. One time looks good on those. Set that aside, clean. I'm talking like I know what I'm doing. I'm you know, first time doing this layered kind of thing, so we'll keep our fingers crossed. I think I have just that one left. Yep. So I have this big one here that I want to do in the pink and the red. So Party Dress on that one. Lay that down. Do that again. Put some pressure in there. See, it's not making contact on that one little spot, which is weird. I'm just inking that one side. Okay. So set that aside and clean. And now I'm going to layer these on with the centers. And as I put these back, in the stamp set it has it next to it, the center. So that's why I'm going to do this one at a time. So I know my big one is this one. So now I'm going to take the one next to it and lay this one down like so. And it looks like you got to kind of figure out where that stamp goes, because you can see the middle, and let's figure out, I think it's right about like, oh, I can see it's got the little pieces there that go over that center like so. Oh, so if you line that little center stamens up, the rest of it lines up. Okay, so that's this one. So I'm going to take and put this one away. Now I know my next biggest one is here, which is this one. So we'll line this up. Now I can see the little teardrop in the middle. That's the little teardrop here. Oh, that lines up easy. Easy. Okay, so I'm gonna put this one back. Now I know this one I believe was this one, which was this one. So here, here, and this one was here. So I can see the little squiggle, like so. Once you get that little center thing lined up, you can see it line up on the leaves. Okay, now I had this one, which was over here. Is this one, so I go right next to it is this one, and this one was here. And now you can see this has little things to line up, and my dots. So my dots line up like so. Let's see, right like that. I moved this one, so put that one back like that. I think this one looks pretty good. Now my little one left, which was this one. I can see the little stamen in the middle to line that up. Hopefully my head's not in the way here. Like so, and put this here. Okay, so I'm going to pick these up and prime these, and then stamp them with the dark version of each color. So if I start with my pink, I did party dress. I'm using cranberry on the pink, so we're going to go cranberry on this one. Okay, I'm excited to do this. Okay, let's see if it works. Cranberry on here. I think I'm off a little bit on the stamp, but I'm gonna go with it and see if that because we gotta die cut these out. So might have been off just slightly on that one in particular. All right, so then I had these two blue, so I used the something borrowed on this one. It's kind of tricky lining those up like that. But that one turned out cool. Really cool. I'm gonna go one more on that one just to deepen it just a little bit. These flowers are the reason why I just bought some layering stencils and things from Altenew. I love how it just changes the depth and the shadowing of these to make it look like you've worked a lot on it. So I hadn't done any layering on flowers. I hadn't done layering stencils, but I've been seeing all these ones with just these awesome, like, looks like you put a ton of work into it. So I had originally bought these a while back to start trying it, and then I got antsy and got some Altenew, so I thought, well, I'm going to do this video first, then we're going to go to the Altenew ones after I try those. Alright, now I'm using the flame over the tiki torch that I did. Those look good too, so I'm gonna deepen those a little bit. Oops, got a little too much on there, but we'll go light. We'll go light. Like so. Not too bad. You can see I got off on that one a little bit, but I'm going to die cut it, I think, and use it anyway. So, alright. Let me just clean these off before I take this out. I'm not going to put those back quite yet. Alright, now we die cut these, okay? Because this came with dies for them. And you can tell this is testament. I haven't used this yet because they are still together. So I'm going to die cut these and get my little piece out that I want to put these on with the sentiment. And I'll be right back. So I'm just going to cut and we'll be right back. Okay, I am back. And you can see I have die cut out my flowers. Then there was also the leaves and branches in this same set that I inked. I just wanted to show you, I used the Catherine Pooler grass skirt, little bit of Lime Ricky, and then I did some shadowing with Deck the Halls just to get a little dimension on my greenery. Then I went ahead and I already had these pre-cut just from scraps, so I'm going to layer my greeting on here. I added with lots of love. I chose this greeting because this has a nice texture kind of to it that I think goes with this whole theme. So we're going to assemble this, put the flowers on here, and assemble. So I just kind of want to create this bouquet kind of thing around the greeting on this one. With this muted reddish brick background, I chose to go with these brighter flowers just to kind of pop off of that on our greeting here. Alright, so there is that. Let's just get our brick on here so we can get that to dry. Relatively easy card for the most part. Just I found the die cuts on this set, they weren't horrible to line up, but they took just a little finagling when I went to die cut to line these up. Alright, we're just going to let that dry as I assemble this here. So let's just see kind of how we want to arrange these. Throw my blues kind of opposite here. And I wonder if I should do I'm going to throw this one over in the corner. And I want this one to pop over, I think, on the top. So I think I'm going to go on the paper here. We're going to move this up so I can fill in that space. On the paper here, then I'm going to layer up and layer up. So we're going to go kind of a couple different layers. So let's go ahead and get my blues down here first, because these are going to be glued directly on. So this is going to be my bottom layer. And as I'm doing this, I'm kind of looking at this so it just kind of hugs the words. So it wraps just really nice around everything. Like so. And now we're going to do some dimensionals on these. So we're going to do one layer on here. And this one's going to go right about like so. So we're going to keep these on about half of the flower. In there. And then I'm going to layer up, double layer up my dimensionals on that orange one on this side. There. I want this one to be just on the paper, off over here by its wee little self over here. Then I'm going to throw dimensionals right on the one side and glue this to that flower. So I just probably need 2 squares. So I'm going to peel off the paper on this one, re-stick another one right on there. Whoop. Like so. Then this gets glued right to that red. So it tucks right in here. And that should actually be going right down on the card. There we go. It's over my L a little bit, but I wonder if I can pull that off just a little bit here and move this a tiny bit that way. There we go. Okay, now we're going to throw my greenery in here. I'm going to keep these, I think, on the same plane. So I like this one tucked like so. Then I feel like we need something back here. Coming this way maybe. I feel like this needs to go just like that. So we're going to glue this down. Glue that one there. We're going to tuck one right in, I think, underneath that. So when I'm arranging, I'm looking to fill space. I'm looking to fill around the gaps of the words, fill my white space as much as I can without overlapping too much of my, and getting it too gaudy, you know. And I'm going to probably keep my greenery in threes here. So I'm going to use these two and then this one as my third. But we're going to tuck this underneath like so. So I'm adding glue to the back here, and then I had to tear up my dimensional to get that underneath there. So I'm just re-gluing that back down. Okay, we should have this nice and dry. This now should just sit like so. Yeah, alright. We're going to throw some dimensionals on that now as well. I'm going to keep one layer because I've got the flowers popping up quite a bit. So I'm just going to keep one layer of dimensionals on the underneath side here. But to bring it out just on these flowers to hold those down. There's a lot of weight on here, so and height. So this is going to be one of those. You know, you might have to get a little bit bigger envelope for these. This could be just sitting in a box. I had to do that with my Mother's Day cards because I got the flowers pretty big. There were tulips popping out of the pot, and I needed to do a box so it didn't crush them. A little bit of glue just so I have some time to work here to lay this down. Alright, so I'm going to keep this, I think, relatively center. Like so. Come over just a little bit if I can still wiggle that over a tiny bit. All right, I think we've got it. All right, this is my version of a little brick layer. I think I need to figure out just some dimension a little bit better on that background. That brown might have muted that out just a little bit, but that's okay. So first time with a brick and kind of background and some bright colors on the front. Last but not least, we're just going to want to make sure we brand it. And we are all set. Let's finish this out. So here we go. My little brick layered flowers, layered stamping for the first time on some of these flowers this way, and I'm pretty happy on how those flowers turned out. Probably a little work on that background, to be honest, but hey, it's a work in progress. So I thank you all for being here. If you are new here, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and subscribe to my channel. If you keep coming back and you haven't subscribed, don't be shy and hit that subscribe button and bell button and get notified when I upload my next video. I appreciate you all kind of following me and watching my journey here with everything I share. So until next time, I'll see you then.